G'day guys, welcome to the walk around of our brand new True North Adventures Landcruiser.
Hope they won't shoot me down.
So here it is, the new True North Adventures 79 Series Landcruiser. We've built it to tackle some of the toughest tracks in Cape York, tour around Australia's harshest conditions, and we think this is the ultimate build for exactly that. So let's have a look around it. So the first step of the build on this was it went to J-Max Off-Road Solutions in Sunshine Coast. It has their 4495 Super Chassis kit in it, so that gives you a 300mm extension, coil rear end, diff corrected, upgraded clutch, upgraded brake boost, 4-inch lift, 35-inch tyres. Biggest advantage of doing that whole package is the 4495 GVM, and ours has 4-ton towing. So as I mentioned, part of that package, you get to run 35-inch tyres, completely legal. So we've gone with the New Mutant Predators. They're a 35, 12.5, 17, and they're on the 17-inch ROH Assault rims. They're a negative 12 offset. That is the same rim that we ran on the old cruiser, same offset, just the bigger tyre. While we're here, we'll look underneath. We've got the suspension. Obviously, that's your 4-inch J-Max coil, and then your J-Max Alpha electric shocks. So going the electric shocks is a little bit of a luxury, something I really more wanted to test out, and I'm glad I put it in there. It makes a huge difference. Basically, they have a stepper motor on top of the shock. So instead of reaching under there and adjusting the shock manually, you can do it in the car via a little control panel. People might think it's a luxury, not needed. I kind of felt the same. It might be a bit of a gimmick, but once you actually use it and experience it, being able to change it on the fly, you tend to actually use what you bought rather than set that dial and leave it for the life of the shock. You're actually continuously changing it and getting the benefit out of that adjustable shock. So really nice feature. As part of the 4495 kit, you get a 300mm extension. So they cut the back off your chassis and then they weld a whole new piece on there. And as part of that piece, you get upgraded chassis rails, upgraded diff, upgraded suspension. It's coils instead of leaves. It has the widened diff to correct the track, which a lot of people try and do on the Landcruiser. I did that on my old one with the J-Max gear as well, and it makes a definite difference on highway driving and towing, which we do a lot of. And then also while we're down here, as part of the J-Max kit, you get clutch upgrade. That's obviously under the front there, and then torque at 3.5-inch exhaust. So it's when I say it's a really complete package, it really does tick a lot of boxes, that J-Max. And if you're interested in that sort of kit, I'd suggest pricing up it all separately and then pricing up the whole kit, and you'll see it's pretty good value for what you get. It comes with a Brown Davis 185 litre sub tank. So the way they make the chassis, that bolts straight up in there, heaps of clearance, really good fit. And then down under there as well, I've gone for a second Brown Davis tank, 110 litre. So all up 295 litres of fuel. So having that extra 110 litres makes a massive difference. So we're at the back of the car now, and we're still talking about the J-Max kit. That super chassis includes your tow bar. So built into the back of the car there is a tow bar, as well as recovery points, a winch cradle. It is really a comprehensive kit. So front of the vehicle here, probably what gives the vehicle its overall look and stance, biggest thing is the bull bar. I've gone for the ARB Summit bull bar. I purely just based on looks, I think they look great. I think ARB have really nailed, tucking that bar up nice and high, giving you heaps of clearance on your wheels, and then good protection as well. So it's got the Protruent Concepts powder coat on it. So it's sort of like a matte finish powder coat. Really love that. The guys do it on all their builds. And then right down there, scrub rails, side steps, ARB as well. So on the front, some Nava Mark 3s. Really impressed with those. They're a super bright light. I think they look cool as well. Black covers on them. The black covers are actually see-through, so you can still use them like that. Some of them are just a full blackout. So even though it cuts your light output, there is still some usability while they look cool. In the front here, flip up. We obviously got the True North plates there, new on this build. The last one just had stock standard number plates. I wanted something a little bit different and just show who we are. You can see who we are when we're driving down the road. Under there, another run of a winch. So we got front and rear winches on this. Other ones in the cradle at the back, and then this one in the bull bar. We've actually used the back one. We haven't used the front one yet. So I wasn't sure how much we use the back winch, but turns out pretty handy thing to have. And then up on the front here, we've got the GME whip. That's just their XRS 4-drive pack. I ran the last one in my car for 9 years. I'm sure this one will run in 9 years later too. Safari RMAX snorkel. Obviously the factory Toyota snorkels are pretty terrible. They don't connect to the airbox. They've got a joint in the middle. So first thing we do when you're going up Cape York, chuck a snorkel on. So this one here, it's the new model compared to the old shape Cruiser. I really like it. I think it looks good. I prefer the head. Yeah, suits the car. Behind the snorkel, we've got the Clearview compact mirrors. I like these guys, nice and small, heaps better than the old Clearviews in my opinion that were a big massive thing. They obviously extend out for towing and back in. And then I got the Powerfold model as well. So push of a button, they fold in. I actually find myself using that more than I thought I would. Just back in the car in the driveway, I've got a tight sort of corner to get around. I can get close, fold the mirror in, get around it, put the mirrors back out. Really nice little feature. So underneath the bonnet, we've kept it reasonably simple in here. The usual things people do to keep these reliable and any car out bush reliable. Upgraded airbox here, obviously just, I think slightly better airflow, but then the main purpose of it is to keep that dust down. The factory airboxes are renowned for pinching seals, not sealing properly, so we've got that in there. Second fuel filter, another must if you're heading bush, basically just to protect your motor. You get a bad batch of fuel, you're gonna kill your motors, especially the new common rails. They just rely on great fuel, and having a fuel filter here is gonna do that. Up the top here, ARB diff breathers. So we've got diff breathers, transfer case breathers, even extended diff locker breathers. So we're doing a lot of water crossings. We want to get all that stuff way up high, make sure we don't get water in any of the wrong spots. As far as the motor goes, we took it to Diesel Power Unlimited in Mackay. They chucked a upgraded intercooler on it. It has a G333 turbo and a tune. So it's a reasonably simple package and it makes it a really drivable car. Great for towing, really good when you haven't got the boat on the back or caravan on the back. It just drives like a sports car. Yeah, really happy with the package. I think if you get a 70 series Land Cruiser or you have an old V8 Land Cruiser, getting it tuned is probably the first thing I'd do. I'd chuck a clutch and a tune in it, just changes them from a slug to a really nice drivable car. And then over here, heaps of wiring, super neat job by the guys. All fused, all labelled, compared to the spaghetti's nest that was my old car because I did it myself. Getting it all done that one time by a professional. The close-up shots here are going to show you how good it is. I'm really impressed. So yeah, this is the fusing I'm talking about. Rear winch, tow in, tow out, DC charged, compressor spots. Whatever goes wrong, you just come in here, pop it open, check the fuse. Super easy, super neat, and reliable. When you're heading bush and you're hitting lots of corrugations and stuff, keeping stuff simple like this and, you know, really well mounted. They've got their own bracket and everything. You know, it's just a top-notch job. And obviously, if you go get a car built by the guys at Pro Touring Concepts, that's the quality of work you get. They get how we use these cars and what they need to stand up to. So, like, might seem like such a simple thing, but I think that really sort of gets to the bottom of why they do such a good job there at Pro Touring. The inside of the car, we've gone reasonably simple. I mean, there's a lot more you can do, but we've ticked the boxes that we think make it really practical and nice to drive. So first one, I think in any 70 series is some sound deadening. So Pro Touring Concepts, underneath the carpet, they've put their Stage 2 sound deadening kit. It's made a huge difference to how the car drives. If you can hear the music, you can talk on your hands-free and all that. It's really good. Next stage of that is that we've chucked in some Department of Interior accessories. So we've got the replacement door cards. They are a waterproof door card, so they replace your old MDF door card, so that if you go through a creek crossing and you get water in there, you don't destroy your door cards. So as well, we've done a sound system upgrade. We've got speaker pods in the back and speaker pods on the doors. 70 series only come with your tiny little speaker in the dash, so I think again, if you like listening to music, definite must. And then of course, one stone armrests. When I picked the car up in Gold Coast, I left the armrests in Cairns and it was terrible to drive. So if you've got a 70 series and you haven't got a pair of these, just go get them. They're like the best investment you'll ever make. We've also got some Razorback seat covers in here. When you're away and you've got mud on you and you're jumping in from a boat to a car and stuff like that, you don't want to have to worry about dirtying your seats. So just some canvas seat covers protect your seats. Then in the middle here, we've got Department of Interior center console, storage for a phone or whatever, a couple of cup holders, great armrest combined with the one stones. It's a really comfortable, nice driving position. Super neat. I like it in the black too. Just really finishes the car off. Down here, there's a couple of USB and accessory ports as well, extras. The new Cruiser does come with some USB-Cs, but to have a couple of extras there is really good. On the dash, few changes. Kenwood head unit. I didn't want anything big and flashy, just something simple with wireless CarPlay, and that does the job. Down here, we've got our main to aux fuel switch, so that switches between the rear 185 litre Brown Davis through to the front 110 litre. We've got our Alpha electric shock adjustment, so we can change between manual mode, G-force mode, and we can change the settings on all our shocks. Tow Pro, spotlight switch, DPU as part of the tune. It's a 2-tune package, so I've got a normal power tune and a tow tune. So on the fly, press of a button, press that, and it swaps tunes. It's really nice. Down here, we've got our fuel gauge for our front tank. So the rear tank uses the same factory gauge. The front tank has its own separate gauge, so you're not guessing. It's not transferring fuel between the two. You know exactly what you've got in both tanks. No steering wheel upgrade in this. The new Cruisers, they come with, you know, the same as like what a Hilux has in its steering wheel, all your button controls, cruise control. The new dash is definitely not groundbreaking compared to some of the dashes that are out there, but compared to the old Cruiser, it just gives you a few little things that are really nice. Total average fuel usage. We can switch through to our range left. We've got a speed one, a couple of other options where you can do your lane assist and a few things like that. I do really like the speed limit warning. And then I was pretty happy. I thought up here you lose your temperature on the dash, your outside temperature, and you just have a clock now. But your outside temperature's on the dash there. So I was happy for that. I like seeing how hot it is when you're in the aircon sometimes. And then obviously communications. We've got our GME radio down there. A must have. That's it. Super simple sort of interior setup here. We just wanted to make it comfortable, practical, and have all those little things that we want, easy to get to. Finally, at the back of the car, and probably the biggest thing and what most people want to see, and in my opinion, what makes them such a great tourer, is the canopy setup. And we've obviously got the Norwell canopy on there, same as we had on the old car. It's sitting on top of the Elite tray. The last one was their Deluxe Bus tray. This one's their Elite tray. Some small differences in it. Obviously, they've gone away from the checker plate on the side, and it has a replaceable painted panel there. Headboard tube changes. All your toolboxes have constant torque hinges, so when you open them, they don't just fall down, they stop where you stop them. Just lots of small little changes in the Elite tray that make it that Elite tray. So on top, the canopy, it's essentially the same setup we had last time. We've gone for a slightly longer setup, so it's about 140 mil longer than the old one, which gives you a little bit more space at the back. But drawer system's the same, table's the same, pantry's the same. We've got the travel buddy up there the same as last time. But Dometic 115 litre fridge, that's a new one for us. We used it on the last trip, really happy with it. So new Dometic 115 litre fridge for us. I really like it. Lots of adjustability, heights for shelves, lots of shelf heights in here. 2 little trays for your fruit and veg and stuff like that. Also fits 10 beers or something in each one really well. Freezer here is actually removable, so you can slide that whole panel out and make the whole thing a fridge instead of fridge freezer. Just lots of adjustability. Keeps the beers cold, uses not much power. Off the front here, we've got the same 12 volt setup we had last time, Energize Dometic. It's got 400 amp hours of lithium, 40 amp DC charger, 40 amp AC charger. Norwell put a plug on the back, so when you park it up at home or after a trip, back your car in, plug 240 volt on the back, keep everything charging there, ready to go for your next trip. Just a complete setup, lots of easy to get to and labeled fuses, heaps of expandability. With cigarette plugs, USBs, fridge plugs, all that sort of stuff. It's everything you can want for a touring package. Then up on top, destination 4-wheel drive awning. We love this thing. That is the exact same awning that came off our last car. Pull up the cam, 30-second setup, ready to go. You know, we wouldn't travel around without one. It's either that or carry a gazebo, really, and that's a lot easier than gazebo. So obviously, all your Norwell trays come with a rear trundle drawer. This is basically our garage on our car. Heaps of tools, spare parts, stuff like that. Table on the top. The Elite tray comes with a locking one so it doesn't slide back in if you're on a slight hill. Dustproof, waterproof, all that sort of stuff that you want when you're going up Cape York. Really good setup. Keeps all that dirty crap out of your canopy as well down in there. And you know if you need something, exactly where it is. So we're at the back of the car now, and you can see the back of the Super Chassis has a built-in tow bar. So it's tow bar, recovery points, and also a winch cradle up in there. So hidden up in there, we've got a winch, It's the Runva 13XP. It's been great. We ran Runva on the old car, so we've gone to run on the new car as well. We're really happy with it, really reliable and heaps of power. Right, the other side of the 12-volt system here, we've got 2,000-watt inverter, energy drive again. We run induction cooktop off that, charged camera batteries. Phil runs his hairdryer off it. It is nice having 240-volt out in the bush. And then off the top, ARB compressor. It's the twin compressor with a tank, pump up all your tires. We've actually got 2 compressors on this car, so I'll take you around now and show you the other one. Second compressor in this side toolbox. Now, this is a Pro Touring Concepts thing. If you get a Pro Touring Concepts build and it has a tray on the back, you'll get this in there. It's got the ARB brushless compressor mounted in there, and then dials for the airbag man setup. So the back of the J-Max kit, in each coil in the rear is an airbag, and you can adjust them up and down individually, whether you're towing, not carrying anything, whatever. Super easy. Button to turn the compressor on, and then up and down to do your airbags. You can also air up from here. So when we've aired up, we just take 2 hoses, and we can do the boat trailer with this compressor, and we can do my car with the normal compressor. 2 compressors. I mean, it's a little bit of redundancy. Might seem like overkill, but it's something that we use a lot. Up on top, we've got the ARB base rack. Wind deflector on the front makes a big difference for wind noise. We've got a couple of Max Tracks up there and a Starlink mini mount. There will be a 190-watt solar panel on the other side, just waiting for me to install that, basically. And then that'll be the roof rack. So last but not least, on the outside of the car, we actually have full bush wraps over the car. So clear PPF, and then we've wrapped the whole bonnet as well. So the last car really copped a flogging in the bush, just pinstripes, stone chips, all sorts of stuff. So we wanted to protect this one. It's a bush wrapped advanced kit. Just had local mobbing cans put it on. It is great peace of mind when you're going to use your car how we use it, that your paint is fresh underneath. So that's a full walk around of the car. Now, I know the biggest question is going to be, what did it cost? And the answer to that's a lot of money. If you're going to build something to this spec, you're going to be spending over $250,000 well and truly. And, that's just the reality of it. I mean, the car alone nowadays is worth 90 straight from Toyota. So when you add in the level we've gone to with suspension and GVM upgrades, full canopy fit out, every little accessory you could want, engine upgrades, it just really does add up. But for us, it's an investment in reliability, owning the car for 10 years and breaking down the cost over that 10 years and basically just getting there and back every time. So we'd like to thank everyone involved, you guys at home, as well as all the sponsors that are on board that make this happen. Huge shout out to Norweld, Pro Touring Concepts, J-Max, GME. They really allow us to do this, but also allow us to bring out episodes for you guys. So we hope you're enjoying the content. We hope you love the new build, and we hopefully see you out there on the tracks one day. Cheers.
Hope they won't shoot me down.